ain't got no fabric to it. Yeah, takes the thoughts with dice straight through it. It's all about rumors and people feuding. If we're not uplifting, then what we doing? Yeah, they love the culture, yet they trying to wreck it. But are we ready to go hard to protect it? If we don't stand firm, then we're sure to fall. Are you ready to fight the stain and accept the call? Or it's all about dealerships and the mall? Now I'm ready to go for broke like Apostle Paul. I'm charged with the task to keep it real. Moving straight forward, not about to yield. Tackling every subject, yeah, you know the drill. R.I.P. Guru, I bring that mass appeal. Our ancestors stood tall despite abuse. We got all the tools, so what's our excuse? It's time to show a face and take off the mask. It's something every day, it's the podcast. 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 It's something every day, it's the podcast.
What it do? Yeah, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Something Every Year, the podcast. I'm your host, Danye Jones. Man, it's like every time it's time, the throat get to tripping, but you know what they say, the show must go on. The show must go on. So check it out here. Like I said, I'm Danye F. Jones. This is episode 34. Or episode 34. But it's episode 34. Had some things going on, but you know, life just be lifing, but it's all good. We still here. Got a few things we're going to discuss on tonight. As always, you know what the time it is. We got to do our little housekeeping. You already know. Need y'all to subscribe. Go to YouTube. Danye F. Jones. Danye F. Jones. Subscribe, like, share, do all that. Do all that. You might as well. Why not? You might as well. Danye F. Jones, Something Every Year, the podcast. You already know. You already know. Also, what I want y'all to do is check out some of my people. Got some good people on here. My boy, Kevin Marshall, from More Than a Coach podcast. This brother's doing awesome things. He is, I told him the other day, he's creating a media empire. He's doing so many different things. But More Than a Coach podcast, he usually, he probably shot one at night. I'm on Central Time. Yes, he usually come on Thursday nights. So, yeah, check him out. And on Sunday nights, him and his wife, the Mr. and Mrs. Marshall podcast about love, life, and relationships. Check them out. Fun couple, give great advice. They're not marriage counselors. They say they just try to share things that help them fight with their marriage. Great group. Also, my young boy, Tawan Hamilton Jr. of the Game Changers podcast. Check him out. He's on all major platforms. He on 100-some episodes by now. But he be going in, young brother doing his thing. Got to shout to young people that's positive. And also, I want you to go to, where it go? Love Jones Legacy, www.theparsimony.com. Love Jones. It's a virtual mall. Ladies, they have whatever you need. Here she is here. They have pantsuits, dresses, shoes, purses, hats, jewelry, eyewear, shorts, whatever, plus sizes, big sizes. Definitely check them out. And very, very economical. Where her motto is, you could pay more, but why should you? So that's some good business. Love Jones Legacy. Definitely check her out. So we're going to go on and get this thing started. Get this sale started right. That's what they say. Is that what they say? Yeah, we got a lot of things going on here. A lot of things I want to discuss. But first, I'm going to start here. I was late for work the other day. I mean, you know how as soon as you late, something else happened on the road, you know what I'm saying, that make you later. So I'm on the expressway, and I'm like, dang, it must be an accident up there or something. So I'm crawling along, crawling along. At this point, I'm already late. I already, called my superior and said, yo, I'm going to be late. It's traffic crazy. As I got closer, it started breaking up. I said, okay, they must have cleared it out. Come to find out, it was a beautiful black German Shepherd on the expressway. Now, I ain't talking about no street. This is the expressway now. It's straight the E-way. And he had a leash on him as if somebody dropped him off on the expressway. So everybody was being cautious not to hit him. I'm going to tell you something. He didn't seem like a very aggressive dog. You know what I'm saying? He was coming to the car sniffing. If that dog was a little bit younger, oh yeah, I would have scooped him up and called in sick. If he was a younger, man, I wouldn't take no big old dog, but that was crazy. Why would somebody drop a dog off? Or if he jumped out the car, you would think they would have stopped and come back and get him. I thought that was crazy. Real pretty shepherd though, so can't be dropping off dogs like that. But yeah, check it out. Let's go and get this thing started. So I'm sitting there. I know a lot of these stories probably people talk about through the week. It doesn't matter. I keep my show to when I keep the show. And I give my take on, on certain things. So I'm sitting here watching, we're coming down to the NFL draft next week. And everybody at this point got their opinions. People are doing interviews here and there. And of course, the two top quarterbacks they're talking about have been Sheduer Sanders and Cam Ward out of Miami. So as they're talking about it, they were really talking about Sheduer, how brash he was.
But what he brings to the team that drafts him. Take a listen.
We went from Jackson State to Colorado and changed two programs back to back. So you don't think I could come to an NFL franchise and change the program again? It's history. We done it again. It's always going to repeat itself.
Now, what I don't do on my show, I usually don't do my commentary or my content on other people about what somebody else did on their show. To me, that's easy. Again, not dogging nobody who do it. Hey, do your thing. That's not what I do. But I think it was interesting. I'm going to play what Stephen A. had to say.
I'm trying to remain composed and not really be as angry as I want, but I'm fuming inside right now. What is he supposed to be?
Insecure.
As a quarterback entering the NFL. You can't be insecure and succeed as a quarterback in the NFL. You can't have doubts about your abilities and be successful as a quarterback in the NFL. If I know that, every single executive, even Mr. Shane, whatever his name is, you understand, himself, knows you have to have confidence, okay? He has a resume that validates and backs up his confidence. And so I'm getting angry because young black man, highly successful, highly accomplished, an incomparable, impeccable pedigree, is entering the NFL, is considered easily one of the top two quarterbacks entering the NFL draft. We hear about his lack of mobility, lack of arm strength, whether or not he can make the requisite throws. Oh no, we're hearing about his attitude. Ever been in trouble? Ever found himself in any kind of trouble? Is there anything that has besmirched or stained his resume, his name in any way? The closest thing this brother has come to a crime is when Colorado State was talking smack to them and he refused to shake the quarterback's hand.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there. Now, when Stephen A. started off saying he was trying to compose himself, He really was thinking, you know what? I ain't going to say nothing to get myself in trouble from the bosses. Don't worry, Stephen A. I ain't got no bosses. Well, I do have one, but I don't call him a boss. I call him the great I am, and that's God. And if God have an issue with anything I'm saying, I'm sure he will show me in his own way. This is where Steve really wanted to go. Yes, they are messing with Sheduer because of Prime. They don't like Prime brashness. That is obvious. But you didn't think this boy gonna have some kind of confidence and brashness? As my big brother would say, Tino, he would say, he didn't steal it. He didn't steal it. You know what I'm saying? Prime Time was that dude. And he pretty much told you. He knew could nobody mess. He knew could nobody cover like him. He knew could nobody create an entertainment element. And he backed it up. So of course the boy gonna be brash. But what they're really saying, I'm gonna go on and say it, entertain us. And shut up. Be humble. Like they used to talk, they raved about Joe Louis. Joe Louis, great boxer. Joe Louis, his personality was a humble one. When they say, what a gentleman. Anytime the establishment or the masses say a black man, he's a gentleman, usually, not all the time, usually he's not really outspoken, or they say, oh, he's so well spoken, he's such a gentleman. That's how they want you to be. Excuse me. Now, this has been going on forever. Remember Jack Johnson? And this during the time they was fighting 25, 20 rounds. He knocking out all these white men and would talk noise. And you know if you want to do something to him, you have to get a mob, because look how big the brother is. And he had a swag to him too. He'd knock you out, go shop, and put on them duds, and like, hey, this is me. But this what really got him. The white women he was slandering with. Got to the point, they got him up out this country. They want you to be quiet. Remember that one reporter from Fox telling LeBron, just shut up and dribble? Remember that? Just shut up and dribble? They don't like that. They don't like the brashness. They didn't like the brashness of Muhammad Ali. How he used to call around at this time, Cassius Clay. Now, at first they thought it was entertaining because he was entertaining them. Hey, entertain us, entertain us, entertain us. Eat some more popcorn. But they wanted somebody to put a big fist. But after he won the championship, heavyweight championship, and told the next morning, I've changed my name to Muhammad Ali. Oh, no. We need you to shut up. Now you represent what they call the black Muslims, like we was a terrorist group. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no. See, people forget that. This Esquire magazine, draft dodger, anti-American, he was the true American story. He used his platform to talk about the plight of his people that was clearly going on. But people forget about that. I'm going to tell you why they forget about it. Remember the 96 Olympics? Yeah. This was almost kind of like America trying to right a wrong. Man, they know in the world would have did this back during that time. Let him hold the torch. So the establishment want the black men to be quiet and humble. And some people that's just their nature. But some people are just brash. I mean, it all comes down to, can you get the job done? Now, if Sheduer got there talking noise and ain't doing nothing, hey, have at it, kill it. You talking all that noise, dog, and you ain't taking care of your business? But stop with that. It was some small racial undertones, I'm going to say, attached. Oh, Lord, what was that? Okay, attached to that. So I just thought that was very, very interesting. Now, another story everybody talked about has been really going in on it. I'm giving my little take on the fight we had between Tank Davis, Gervonta Davis, and Lamar Roach that ended in a draw.
Success here for Roach in round 7. Oh, the right hand by Roach. Another right. Yeah. Changes yet only landing it by 3 thus far. Oh, good. Solid shot there, Davis. Oh, there's a right hook to the body by Davis. Ripping that right hand. And then Roach rips a left hook to the body. Good stuff here in round 7.
He's got to be careful because it almost seems like Tank is waiting for him to throw the right hand and counter.
And coil that left hand. Davis just got back up with a counter right from Roach.
Boom. He counterpunched Tank.
Taking the fight to Davis. Davis high guard wanting to explode with the left. Oh, and that right, but Davis took off some of the steam of the punch, but still, Roach leading the ball, but he took a lead. He took a lead.
Roach eating some big shots and coming right back.
A minute and a half left into what has been an eventful night.
Just a few little highlights. Now, the big thing I've heard a lot of people say, Roach was robbed. Stop. 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 Robbed? Absolutely not. I think the decision was on point. It should have been a draw. It should have been a draw. I feel you either have to knock out a champion or beat him pretty much to submission, which did not happen. Now, the knockdown, well, I don't say the knockdown, the kneel down. If you look at the kneel down, that kneel down did not come after a punch. Now, I think the story says some stuff got in his eye. Maybe. And it was a short kneel. It's not like he was down for a minute like this here. And again, I don't have a dog in the fight. I didn't bet on the fight. I like Tank, but that's not my guy. My guy is Bud. Bud Crawford, my guy. But I do like Tank, though. I do like Tank. I think Tank took Roach very, very lightly. I personally do. Roach fought a great fight. I think it should have been a draw. You could not give Tank the victory, and you couldn't give Roach. Because Tank the champion. He didn't beat him. But you can't just give it to Tank because he's the champion. Now, I was looking at this here because like I said, as a coach, people say, I used to say this, past tense, that I'm not a stat guy, but I actually am. I look at stuff. I always did, even through the box score, nice to coach. Now, total punches landed, Davis 103, Roach 112. Thrown, Roach threw 400. Davis threw 279. Davis connected on 36%, 36.9%. Roach 28%. Jabs landed. Davis 10. Roach 25. Jabs thrown. Davis 69. Roach threw a lot of jabs, 148. So you should hit more if you threw more, which was 16% for Roach, 14% for Davis. See that right there. Power shots landed. Davis 93, Roach 87. Powers thrown, 210 for Davis, 252 for Roach. So that's 44% for Davis, 34.5% pretty much for Roach. So I think it was a nip and tuck. That's why I agree with the draw. Now, they have to have a rematch. And I think both of them are going to train and be at their best. I think we're looking for an epic sequel. I really do. What Davis wanted to do was put them things on him and announce that he's ready to fight Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson, man, that was my title shot. I personally think Tank Davis is too strong for Shakur Stevenson, but who knows? That's why I love boxing. I love the name. I still say boxing has probably like the sweetest. They got the best nickname of their sport, the Sweet Science. I love that. So hopefully we can see how that joint go. But I'm gonna tell you something. You gotta knock out a champion. I love boxing, man. I love boxing. So hopefully, I hope they get them cats young, man. I mean, man, ain't got time to be waiting over a year or two. Man, start training. I think they go ahead and set it up now for maybe what is it, March? Maybe November or December fight. That'd be great. That would be awesome. So I hope that happens. So yes, I think it should have been a draw. Now I'm not a boxing aficionado, but I am a boxing fan. And I've loved boxing all growing up. Cats my age know what up. In the 80s, boxing was boxing at every weight class. We had like the Sugar Rays, the Hagglers, the Herms, Roberto Duran, Alexis Aguero, the Aaron Pryors of the world. You know what I'm saying? Then you had the Tyson, the Holmes. Holmes beat up Cooney. What's the old boy name? What's the old boy name that he fought? That Holmes fought. I forgot. Bone Crusher that Tyson took down. Of course, Tyson, the Riddick Bowe, Holyfield, George Foreman came back. Tommy Morrison, when he got took out by what's the brother who took out anybody in chat? Y'all remember, what's the dude who took out? Y'all remember? Was it Tony Morrison? What's his name? The white guy that was in Rocky 4 became a boxer. Somebody put him. He ended up getting HIV. What's the brother name that put the things on him? But anyway, my point I'm making, boxing, I love boxing because you can't hide. You know what I'm saying? You can't hide in boxing. Football, you can definitely hide. And of course, in film session with the coaches, you can't hide in it because they focus on you. Basketball, you can hide a little bit. In boxing, it ain't no hiding. It's a mano a mano. The crowd know, and the fans who watching across the world, they know if you in shape. They know if you tired. They know if you scared. They know if you quit. You know what I'm saying? So that fight coming up, man, that's going to be the bomb if they ever kick it off to it. That's going to be the bomb. So that's what's up. I'm going to transition. Oh, man, this is very, very hurtful for me. I didn't want to even put another picture up. Look, Kyrie Irving. He's torn his ACL. That does something to me. The way he was playing, the leadership that he showed for Dallas, how he showed his professionalism with the Looka trade. And when I saw the clip and how he at first tripped over the first guy's shoe, then his leg was just straight when it landed. And I'm telling you something, the ACL, I know because my daughter tore hers twice. Twice she tore hers. She was a gymnast. I talked about this before. The first time it was a partial tear, and they couldn't do surgery because they said her growth plates had developed. So they had to take a piece of her hamstring to tie together. And the doctor said it may snap again. She got depressed, and it did. And of course, I'm not going. In fact, one day I'm interviewing my baby one time. I'm going to do it because I think her story is awesome. But the point I'm making, I know what that process and what it does to you mentally. So Dallas done. Now, I'm going to get to the standings. I don't know when Davis, I think Lively's out and Grafton's out. But on the perimeter, they're, I think, all healthy. Man, I think there was a legitimate threat to come out the West. I really do. I really do. If everybody's healthy, obviously it's not going to happen now. So let's talk about the NBA. I'm gonna be talking about hoops more for like the next couple months. But now, and of course, we know March Madness is coming up, so we're gonna be talking about that. But let's look at the East. Cavaliers. I don't know if y'all saw the Cavaliers in Boston game. Cleveland went into Boston and won. Hey, the playoffs gonna be off the chain. The really, really good team, because I know I was been down on the NBA. I said, let me be fair. I'm gonna sit there and really watch some games. The really, really good teams are really, really playing some ball for sure. Now, I still think in the Eastern Conference Final, I'm looking at the Celtics and the Cavaliers. Although of late, the Bucks have been coming on. I just don't know what's the situation with the Bucks. You know, I think that they're decent. They're right there. They're only 3 games back from the Celtics. Well, 3.5, I guess you could say. And you know what? I remember when I was coaching, and like they have different rounds of the playoffs. Like I had the regionals, sectionals, and all that. Well, when I would talk about certain regionals, sometimes it'd be 6 teams, and the first seed and the second seed would get a bye. I really didn't care if I was first or second seed, because I was getting a bye, unless that third seed was legit. Now, when you coaching, when you have to vote for your regionals, everything's done online. I don't like that. My early years of coaching, the late 90s and early 2000s, it wasn't no online to vote all the teams. No, it was in person. And all the coaches in there, and you had to talk about why your team should be number 1 and number 2, and just the gamesmanship, the banter back and forth. And during that time, man, the arrogance I had, oh, Lord have mercy, man. Lord have mercy. That Coach Jones, during that time, was so arrogant. But like Sheduer and Prime, I was arrogant and cocky for a reason, because I put in the time. I studied. I watched film for real. I still got them. Man, look, I would literally watch film. I would scout. And I would do so much. So when I would go to those meetings, I would go in there. Hey, this is why we number 1. And I just love that. So I'm saying that to say this here. If the Bucks remain 3, Boston and Milwaukee could be a good series. It really could. So I'm just curious to see how that's going to pan out. Now, of course, the Wild Wild West. Look at here. Thunder still first. Man, my Lakers have caught up to. Man, look here. Let me stop. Let me stop playing with y'all. Lakers are caught up. They are now the 2 seed. Now look here. This is what we're not going to do. Okay, we got Nuggets at 3, Grizzlies at 4, Rockets at 5. Shout out to Uday Madoka. He's doing his thing with the Rockets. The Warriors have crept into 6, Timberwolves 7, Clippers 8. You got Kings, Mavericks, and Suns rounding out. They're gonna be fighting for that play-in. And hold on, before I say that, let me go back to this real quick. The Pistons in the mix, man. Pistons balling, man. And shout out, I'm not a Pistons guy, but I'm still from Michigan. Cade Cunningham hooping. And I got to give Bickerstaff and them cast down the credit. I mean, the Pistons are hooping for real. But back to the West, it's gonna be wild, man. Now, I'm not gonna get into. I don't get into that LeBron and Jordan. Listen, to me, I test Jordan the greatest ever. Nothing against LeBron. See, people act like. All right. You can't, if you love one, you got to discredit and dog out the other. That's crazy to me. Me personally, I think Jordan's the GOAT. But see, if you look at numbers, he can't necessarily look at numbers. Eye test. I'm still confused how we just eliminate Kobe Bryant. And people talk about Kobe Now people used to hate Kobe. Hate, kind of like when I was going back talking about how they was highlighting Muhammad Ali. Only Laker fans and people know. Man, people used to dog Kobe out when he had the little rape case. They was killing him. They was saying, man, T-Mac better. And T-Mac was right there with him, but I know he didn't have Kobe's work ethic. Yeah, T-Mac was that deal. Kobe said it. But now Kobe, stop. Stop. People who I know I had conversations with about Kobe, I don't let them say that crap to me. People couldn't stand Kobe. He trying to be like Jordan. He's selfish. He wanted to be better than Jordan. We ain't going to get into a Kobe conversation. We're not getting into that. But when I look at the Lakers, they're saying, I heard this cat say, well, they doing it now because they got Looka. Stop. Let's talk about that. Really, let's have a real conversation about that. Now, hold on, where's this thing here I had? Hold up. Let me get it. When they made the trade, the Lakers had just went into the Garden without AD and put them things on them. The Lakers were 28-19 when they acquired Looka. The other teams above them, I think there was maybe 5 or 4. Those teams dropped. That's how they're able to get back up. Since Looka came, they're like 11-2. Since Looka came, so it's not like he just saved them. So look, now let's go back again. They were 28-19 when they got Looka. They've lost 2 games with Looka, and they won a streak. So shout out to Looka. I couldn't believe it happened. Initially, I didn't like because I knew we were going to lose defensively because I didn't trust our defense because Cats was out. Check this out, though. It ain't just about, hold up. First of all, shout out to these brothers. Hey, because I'm on 10. Yes, it's going to be difficult, dog. Got 2 alphas. Looka know he that deal. He knows it. He knows it. But don't say it's because they got Looka or Looka LeBron. It ain't just those 2. 2 people ain't going to do it. There's other aspects of the game. Check this out. Defensively, he's healthy. Vanderbilt is playing some D. They've been the top-rated defensive team since the All-Star break. It ain't just him. Finney Smith. Long, athletic guard, can switch on pick and rolls, and he knocks down the 3. And he played with Looka in Dallas. Rui. When Denver played LA, he guarded Jokic. Now, Jokic is Jokic. Jokic's going to do what he do. He played great D on Jokic, though. Only team I'm going to talk about that in a minute. This has been the surprise. Jackson Hayes. You know the deal fell through. The kid that was supposed to come from, was that Charlotte? That fell through. This kid has stepped up. He's a lob threat. He's been guarding the basket. He has been a pleasant surprise for us. Again, these are the others, as Shaq called them. We ain't talking about this kid enough. Who's the starter? Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves sometimes waved Looka and LeBron off like, I got it. The kid can handle, he can shoot and get past. So we got 3 guys. 3 with Looka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves who can shoot, pass, and drive. Create for themselves and create for others. Usually some teams have 2, but to have 3 like that is crazy. And as a coach, I've had 2 like that. I was talking to one of my players' father the other night of the game. I said, man, I had 2 guys like that. When you got 3 that can on the perimeter, man, that's something to behold. Dalton Connect, who was part of that trade. I know he was in his feelings when he got back because the trade fell through. Like these dudes tried to trade me. I think he's gotten over that, and he's a grown man. He spent 3-4 years in college. He can shoot, and I'm gonna tell you something too. He ain't no punk either. He ain't no punk. What am I saying? I am feeling great about my Lakers. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Now, the Thunder, I can't sneeze on what they're doing. But I'm going to be honest. In a 7-game series, I still, if the other guys continue, the guys I just showed, if they continue to help just like they've been doing, I don't think the Thunder will beat us in 7 games. I'm more concerned with the Nuggets, to be honest with you, because they've done it before. SGA going to do his thing. SGA going to do his thing. He is. We ain't got nobody to guard him. Although Vanderbilt going to make it tough on him. He's long and wiry and athletic. But are the other guys being this first time, are they going to, I mean, shout out to, man, Thunderball. I ain't going to even lie. So we just going to see, man. But I ain't going to lie. I feel good about the Lakers. I really do. I really do. I'm not going to even lie about it. So that'll be awesome. We're going to see how that roll. Now, I'm going to transition to something that's kind of somber. Yeah. I'm sure you all have heard about the hazing incident of this young brother from Southern, my rival school from Grambling, supposedly after some fraternity haze. Caleb Wilson, 20. I want to send my prayers out to his family, to the Southern Jaguar community, to the Southern band, the Human Jukebox, what they call it, the Jukebox. My cousin plays in that band, my little cousin. So shout out to him, praying for you, little cuz. And it's the whole HBCU community. Now, another thing, I heard people talking. It was allegedly still investigating. I'm gonna get more details. It hurt me. And of course, they're talking about, he was pledging as Omega Psi Phi to Q. Heard some dude say, the Q dog, stop. Q dog's always doing stop. 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 I'm not a Q, so don't say he probably a Q. No. This is what we're not gonna do. We're not going to, yes, it's terrible. And if really malicious intent, all those things happen, they need to face the law or whatever happens. Any hazing event in that regard is terrible. And for anybody who starts saying them black fraternity, I'm definitely going to let you say that. Because I got a list. I got a list now. Y'all know me. I do my homework. I does my homework. I know that's not correct news, but I said, hey, I went to college. I got my master's, so slow your roll with that. There is, since the early 1900s, late 1800s, documented cases of fraternities with hazing deaths. I'm not going to name all of them, but since I said Omega Psi Phi, I'm going to say Delta Kappa Epsilon. They've had some. Kappa Alpha Society. They've had some. Phi Alpha Phi. So there are so many hazing deaths. And you know what? I'm going to tell people this here. It's not that serious to be a part of a fraternal, part of a group. It's not that serious. I respect fraternity, particularly the Divine Nine. I'm cool with some alphas. I'm cool with some Qs. Some of my boys, I'm cool with some Kappas. Shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to Mel. Shout out to Rach. Shout out to Martin. All Kappas. Much love to them. My daughter's an AKA. Shout out to all the AKAs I know. Shout out to all the Deltas I know. Shout out to all the Zetas I know. Shout out to the Sigmas I know. Shout out to the Sigma Gamma Rhos I know. Doing great things. Much love to y'all. But I'm about uplifting. And I suppose that he got hit in the chest. Now they're saying somebody had lied to authority. I don't know all the details. I'm not even concerned. But I know it's a very sad, sad time, sad day. So prayers and hearts go out to the fam. 20 years old. Can you imagine, as a parent, getting that call? I couldn't get that call. I couldn't get that call. I couldn't get that call. I mean, so to the family, man, I just, prayers go out. Yeah, prayers go out. So, yeah. We have to take care of each other. So there have been many hazing situations that have gone on, and none of them are good. It's not that serious. It's not that serious. So I'm gonna get out of here, but I'm not gonna end on no somber, sad note. I saw something that was awesome. This couple here, he is 103, she is 101. 73 years together. Is that crazy? Is that a blessing? Can you imagine? 103, 101, they've been together 73 years. Look here. First of all, it's a blessing to live that long. And to live that long with your mate. I do not know that couple. I don't know that couple. I guarantee they know the Lord. You can't tell me they don't. Nope. I know they do. I know they do. God is keeping them as an example. Example for all of us. Example of marriage, example of togetherness, example of putting God first. Again, I don't know them, but I'm sorry. I know they have a relationship with God. 73 years. Can you imagine? Like, even through all the arguments, through all the things. That's the thing. You know, you be with people, you go through things, but at the end of the day, you know who got your back and who don't have your back. It got to the point, you know, he probably sometimes was his wife was on the stool, taking a number 2. He walked by, the door open. That's marriage life, man. You know what I'm saying? She probably like, go turn my beans off while she taking a dump. She's seen him at his worst. He's seen her at her worst. She's seen him at his best. He's seen her at his best. 73 years ago. I'm going to put them up again. This is awesome. This is awesome. He 103, she 101. Been together 73 years. So, hey, I saw that. I said, I got to share that. But I'm going to get out of here. But check this out, y'all. Tomorrow we'll have another Friday Fable tomorrow. I've been doing during Black History Month of February. I've been doing Black History editions, and my sister Joya Marshall from the Mr. and Mr. Marshall podcast, she mentioned on her show, and she said, and her husband was doing it too. Again, check them out Sunday night on YouTube. I think it's 8:00 Eastern. He said, y'all should keep doing that. You know what? I think I'm gonna do it tomorrow with something. I don't even know yet. But I'm not worried about it because we have so many powerful, positive Black people who have done so much for this society, or just people you just need to know. I'm gonna end it with this. I had this. I'm at a school with like seven. Well, I worked at several schools. I always worked at schools that was predominantly African American, but this school now is majority Hispanic. Love the school. Love my babies. Love the kids. Like 7% Black. So we have a Black History program. I feel obligated. I'm doing something for Black History every month. I have to. And I'm going to continue to do it. And I'm going to get the Black children that are there. They need to know this thing, and they need to stand up and represent for their thing. And I had one young man, his mother didn't want him to be in it because real big guy, big loving guy, big guy. He was going to be Biggie. I had this skit that I wrote. He was going to be Biggie. She didn't want him. We know some stuff Biggie did, but how I had it, I wasn't going to be highlighting nothing before Biggie became Biggie. I don't know what he was doing. I hear in his music say he was, maybe hustle a little bit, in Bed-Stuy. Bed-Stuy, do or die Bed-Stuy. But Biggie made an impact. Biggie is American history. He on my wall up there. I got a lot of my MCs up there. I love the picture. Him standing and the Twin Towers is in the background. Biggie is American history. He is. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you don't give up on people. You don't give up on people. So people, I know we got young folks out here wilding. Show them love, talk to them, be firm. Don't entertain none of their BS. But we can't, because we don't know what Biggie would have become. And to die on some bull, can't do that, y'all. Quincy Jones said this thing about Tupac, because initially him and Tupac had beef because Tupac had said some very disparaging words about him, dating white women, and Quincy kind of checked it. Then they squashed that, and Tupac eventually started talking to Quincy's daughter. But he said, what if Oprah Winfrey, because Tupac died at 25, shout out, got my 1971 shirt. That's when I was born. Tupac was born in 71 too. June 16th. I was born a couple months later, August 3rd. But he said, what if Oprah Winfrey would have died at 25? She would have died as a little lowly lady working at a small radio station. What if Malcolm X would have died at 25? He would have died Malcolm Little, Detroit Red, as a hustler, drug dealer, robber. Tupac died at 25. What would he have become? We don't know. We don't know. So don't give up on young people. Now, at the same time, can't save everybody. I used to think that. I'm telling you, I used to think that. I literally thought I could save everybody, the young kids I was a steward over, whether players, students. You can't. You can't. but you can give an effort to help them along the way. And I'm gonna continue to do that till my dying day. Because people looked after me and mentored me. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep those thoughts in. And that one in my notes. I just got caught up in that. So tomorrow I will do another Black History figure. I said all the biggie thing to say, I don't know who I'm going to do. I'm going to decide. It's going to be somebody because I know I'm going to come up with somebody because, hey, a lot of folks need to know. But much love. But again, check me out, y'all. Check me out. Go to YouTube, subscribe, like, share, do all those things. Do all those things. And it's going to keep this thing going. And I appreciate everybody who have taken the time to listen to me tonight. I appreciate y'all because you didn't have to do it. It's good stuff on, good TV shows, games on. The second thing, the Tyler Perry joint back out, Divorce and Black. That's the next set of that on. And yo, it's this candle it smells so good that's in my office, my little studio here. It smells so good. I ain't gonna give y'all the name, so I ain't giving them people no free advertisement. Inbox me, I'll let you know. But it smells good. So much love to y'all. I'm about to get up out of here, and like I always say, I will see you when I see you, and hopefully that'll be so. We'll be back to some interviews next week. Much love to y'all. Holla.
Many things going on in the world today. Every time Dick and Harry got something to say. But what they said ain't got no fabric to it. Yay takes the thoughts with dice straight through it. It's all about rumors and people feuding. If we're not uplifting, then what we doing? Yeah, they love the culture, yet they trying to wreck it. But are we ready to go hard to protect it? If we don't stand firm, then we're sure to fall. Are you ready to fight this thing and accept the call? Or it's all about dealerships and the mall? Now I'm ready to go for broke like Apostle Paul. I'm charged with the task to keep it real. Moving straight forward, not about to yield. Tackling every subject, yeah, you know the drill. R.I.P. Guru, I bring that mass appeal. Our ancestors stood tall despite abuse. We got all the tools, so what's our excuse? It's time to show a face and take off the mask. It's something every yay, it's the podcast. 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 It's something every yay, it's the podcast.
Deuces.